Hi everyone, Nick Smith here. I want to cover a topic which is talking about the options within the program and something that a lot of people don't change. So if you go to the file menu and select options, there are two areas that you can affect the way Lighting Reality operates. They're slightly different between the road and the outdoor program. I'll talk about the outdoor in a second. So the options that are within here affect the current file only. The default settings affect any future files. So this is the area you want to change your settings to. Designer's name, obviously, any default pet maintenance factor that you use, obviously that should be derived based on the mounting height and other factors like loss factor of the fitting and so on, but nonetheless most people have a pet maintenance factor that they use. Drive on left, drive on right affects the printing. Various other options down here. Optimize to is something you want to look at, maybe meter or half meter intervals, and also what your default R table is. In the UK we use C2. Obviously, if you're on the continent in Europe, you may use R2, you may use R3, and there's various other options within that as well. Obviously, your default language as well, so whichever that you want that to be. So make any changes you need to that, select Save and Close. In the Options panel, we've obviously got Customize Report, which we've covered in a separate video. Set Project Path affects the location that Lighting Reality will go to when you select Open or Save. Default settings already talked about. If you want to locally change the optimize to, then you can go through and do that. The recovery file, again, we have a separate video on the which talks about the recovery file and so on, and how often that saves. Again, the default is 2 minutes. The current language, so if you want to locally run it in French for some reason, then you can go through and do that and it changes on the fly. Edge luminance ratio options, and so on and so forth. So that's a real quick run through of the roadway program. In the outdoor program, the options are very similar. Customize report, set project path. We've now got one for set DXF DWG path, so when you go to load a drawing in, it will automatically go to a particular folder. The snap and the grid, again, that's something we cover on the training courses. And talk about how those are. So that's a real quick run through of the settings and the default settings. It was mostly the difference between the settings and the default settings I wanted to talk about in roadway, because some people get confused between the two. Anyway, if you have any questions, please drop us an email, support@lightingreality.com. You can tweet us at Lighting Reality on Twitter. Please follow us on LinkedIn, and if you have any topics you want us to cover, please drop us an email and we'll try and deal with those. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.